Hello everybody and welcome to Kempy's Clash. Today we're gonna look at the game that I had in my Scorpion. The Scorpion is a tier 3 British light tank and I've got mixed feelings about it. It's pretty fast, but it's not the fastest tank. It's pretty maneuverable, but it's not the most maneuverable tank. It's pretty small, but it's not the smallest tank. So it doesn't really have anything special screaming about it. It does have a gun, and again with the gun comes ups and downs. Now the gun is a really cool derp gun. The problem is that it doesn't have any AP ammunition, so with HE you have really long shell traveling times, and when you get into the sides of tanks, you're gonna hit their tracks, and most of the time it's just going to absorb the damage. So having AP would really make this tank a lot stronger. Now the PT-76 is a paper tank, so I can easily penetrate it, but when you're gonna go up against harder vehicles, then it's going to be a problem. Now I'm gonna tell you about the position that I'm in. As you can see, I'm in a quite difficult position, and I chose to go here just to see if a light tank can work here. Yeah, any tank can work here as long as it's maneuverable. And you know, I would say in the top tiers, don't take your AFVs here. I would say bring your stronger light tanks or more maneuverable main battle tanks here, because this is a position that requires moving all the time, and it does need a pretty punchy gun. So I decided to try it out with the Scorpion here. Now I'm just looking around, seeing how the game develops, and oh, take a hit, 91 HP. Oh, 69. So you can see that was an M41, a really light vehicle. It doesn't have much armor, but since I shot its tracks, didn't pen, and I did very little damage because no AP. This was HE ammunition. Of course, it does have hash, but hash is just another way to, you know, it's just another HE type ammunition. It works the same way. It does it. They do have their differences, but they're pretty much the same. What I can tell you is I do prefer the HE, because even if you don't pen, it's more consistent. You get 20 more damage or something around that. Now, look at what I'm doing here. When I get spotted, I don't go back to the same position. I always turn around. I always go the other way, because, yep, you can see HE, it loops around, it arcs. It's kind of like an artillery shell, so I didn't hit that. And, you know, it was pretty good aiming, it just, the gun didn't work this time. But I never seem to go to the same position more than, okay, maybe 2 times I go to the same position, and you're gonna see what happens when you go to the same position 2 times. I take damage. That was happening. So you can see that the games, it's not that close anymore. From the time you've watched this, I've dealt quite a bit of damage, and I've stalled the entirety of the people in the center. And of course I do have this Patton 48 here helping me out, but I didn't see him too much. He's taking a lot of damage though. Ooh, what's happening? Oh, that was lucky. That was really lucky. And just 2. Nope. No damage. And you can see that the left flank is just completely broken out, and now they're taking over. And I think that there were a lot of people on the left flank, but I also stalled the people in the center. So that's why I really like this position. You can, you know, the advantages that your tank can have from this side are so good. You can help the left side, you can help the center, you can help the people on the right side, and if you need to get out, you can, because of the river. And if you see that you needed more in another position, this was beautiful. And when you see that you're needed in another position, then you can easily get there. And that's why I really do recommend, if you have a a pretty fast vehicle with a punchy gun, then well, you know, I missed it. Well, that was never gonna hit, but I tried anyway because you never know when it hits. You need to try it out if you got tanks that are pretty light. I stopped just, you know, he thought I was going to circle, so I stopped, and that shot was pretty close, but I did what I wanted to do, which was to stop and make him think that I was going somewhere else and shoot. So yeah, the game went pretty fast actually. Like, it's 9:36 and we're leading 12-2. This wasn't a really hard game, but it was just a game I liked. I liked how except for this part, of course. I really did like how I played this game through and how I did things and how I worked it out. And if this LAV wants to take damage, then I'm gonna let him get a lucky penetration and just keep on going to this tank's side now. I see that. Put a shell into him. Keep going on because there's a tank on really low HP and I could get the kill on him because I'm a kill stealer. If you would see my stats, you would know. I just, from this open beta stage, my KD against my damage ratio are so different. And someone else takes the kill. I say good job team, and we had a good game, 10-0. We were capping, I don't know why. Maybe they just couldn't get to these two tanks, so they were like, ha, I'm gonna cap and make fun of these guys for trying. Now we're loading the post-game results. Again, this wasn't a really super carry, it was just a game I really liked. And, you know, I had more than adequate damage. I don't really have more than 1500 damage in this tank. And from the center, shooting at this tank, shooting from that tank, I became the most valuable player in the team. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.